Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of I Trek. Big shout out to everybody that is just tapped in, man. Shout out to all the members and the fam in the building. If this is your first time here, what we like to do is take a look at the most interesting and creepy videos from all around the internet and evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fake. Before we get into any of that, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button, and hit that hype button, man. It helps the channel out a whole lot. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
So you guys have heard what is allegedly washed up on the beaches of the United Kingdom as well as Australia, right? Well, alleged reports out of both countries are claiming that a mermaid hybrid alien type skeleton creature has washed up on both of those beaches. And if you stay around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you those photos. So make sure you stay to the end. But yes, reports from both countries are claiming that just recently, like within the past week, that this alien hybrid mermaid creature skeleton has washed up on both beaches, leaving thousands of people speechless at what they're seeing. They claim it has a more alien type head, but then a humanoid body and then a fish scale tail. Now, obviously anything we talk about is for entertainment and education purposes only in conversation, so leave what you will, take what you want. But I feel like we're at this point where mermaid exposure and alien exposure are at the highest they've ever been. So I feel like we should dive down this rabbit hole because this stuff is amazing. So tell me what you think of these photos because my mind is blown, and leave it in the comments because I want to have this conversation with you. But yeah, I guess we got mermaid alien hybrid creatures now.
Now, there's definitely been a huge conversation about the veil getting thinner and more sightings of mermaids, extraterrestrial beings, interdimensional beings, and the list goes on. So tap in and let me know if you think humans have definitely been seeing more of these.
First week of being here,
you get used to it, kind of.
You get used to it, and it's like, oh, okay, you're in the neighborhood again. So what you're standing on is farm.
Oh, this was all a farm.
Oh,
that's a farm. I see cows.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, every time I see cows on the highway, they're like brown or whatever. Those are white and black cows, perfectly like instead of like an alarm clock. Have you ever heard chickens wake up?
Yeah.
You don't hear no cars, no city noises, no beep beep, just straight up nature. It's too suspenseful, you know what I mean? It's like peaceful.
It's the perfect setup for a scary movie.
Have you ever seen like an ice cream truck come by or like?
We get the ice cream trucks. They put out a notice for the whole neighborhood: do not come outside.
It was probably someone trying to come in to be like, God, it's a trap, and they arrested him. The elites. Yeah, I think the elites arrested him probably.
This video I've never seen the light of day because you're not leaving. Okay.
No.
Man, I told y'all creatures and everything is popping out showing is in 2026. Cause now what is this? Huh? This is over there in Yucatan. Okay? And y'all can't say new shit can't pop out because now Michigan got a new owl that's a rainbow snowy looking. So it's a lot of shit popping off in 2026. But y'all let me know what y'all think and feel in the comments about this. Cause I thought it was a duck at first until I really looked at it. Y'all let me know. On Funnel Grade. It is crazy.
We've got some crazy things happening in the world right now. The CEO of Chipotle came out and said that some customers ask for too much food. China has officially made it illegal to replace human workers with AI in order to cut costs. The Drake and Josh house was demolished and replaced with a modern style home. Luigi Mangione's attorney publicly said that Luigi does not support violent actions. A man in India last month took his dead sister's skeleton to the bank to withdraw her money. This literally sounds like an April Fool's joke. He quote said, "I told them she had died, they did not listen and insisted on bringing her to the bank. Therefore, out of frustration, I dug the grave and brought out her skeleton as proof of her death." There's no way. I'm like quadruple checking this story, and it is true. So the bank staff repeatedly told him to bring the account holder in person or provide a death certificate. Apparently he's described as an illiterate tribal man with no formal death certificate, so he went to the extreme and dug her up. I'm done.
President Trump's administration will propose a government-wide non-disclosure agreement that would block federal workers from sharing non-public, confidential, or proprietary information or any sensitive pre-decisional material. Agencies can decide whether to adopt the NDA.
If you ever did Ancestry.com or 23andMe, you're gonna want to listen to this. A whistleblower from the CIA claimed the CIA used DNA data from customers in search for aliens. This is gonna get really weird, so just stay with me. These claims are coming from Lynn Buchanan. He was a spy with the CIA's remote viewing program. He said a CIA analyst devised a backdoor way of accessing popular sites that break down users' family trees, and he was screening their DNA for a specific genetic variant linked to non-human beings. The source learned of this after being approached at a diner by 3 individuals claiming to be Nordics. These are tall, blue-eyed, blonde visitors from beyond that are said to be living covertly among us. Quote, they live in small towns in the Colorado Rockies and they pass because they look like tall Scandinavian people. The 3 Nordics had requested his help in avoiding detection by the CIA. This is where it kind of gets weird. This alien race had allegedly traveled to our planet via an underground railroad of sorts, so they could escape their tyrannical government. These alien beings supposedly procreated with humans and birthed a line of intergalactic mixed-race children with the goal of having their future generations grow up in a free society. Article goes on and on, but I mean, this is just some crazy information coming from someone who worked for the CIA. I think they lost me towards the end. It kind of sounded like the Nephilim or something, but let me know what you guys think. Do you believe this, or is this just completely a distraction?
Now, if they traveled all the way across the galaxy and thought they were going to come here and be free, man, who should break the news to them? You or me?
This man is often called a mad magician because his tricks seem to defy logic and are almost impossible to explain using normal thinking. Even David Copperfield would probably be impressed after seeing something like this in action. In this clip, you can clearly see a solid glass panel right in front of him, yet he somehow passes through it as if it simply doesn't exist at all. Now look at another trick with a blanket. As he approaches a girl, she quickly removes it, but there is absolutely no one behind it, as if he just disappeared completely. It looks like real magic or something supernatural because there is no obvious explanation for what is happening here at all. Another famous moment is his shadow trick. He takes the girl's hands, and when she lets go, her shadow stays frozen in place as if he is still holding it. But as soon as he slowly opens his fingers, the shadow returns back to its normal position again. His performances have gone viral across the internet, sparking debates, theories, and many attempts to recreate these tricks on camera worldwide.
Now, all right, this is the nest. I'm about to climb inside of it to take along, and I'm using my infrared camera to be able to see on the inside of it. So here we go. Oh, it doesn't go back that far. Or does it? Okay. Night shot now. Okay. Looking in here. Okay. It ends right there. It doesn't fan out very much bigger, but it does a little. I still think this is still under construction. And there are sticks in here that have been propped up on the sides. So, no, wait a minute. This thing does go back further. Okay, there's nothing in here. Oh, wait a minute, there's something black back there.
Don't want to get you.
Oh, there's something black back there. Like what? Black. I'm too wide in the shoulders to get further in. So whatever it is smaller than me.
Like a little animal, or?
I don't know.
It might not want to still be in there if it's furry.
It's moving.
It's moving?
Yeah, it's moving.
You might want to, might want to vacate.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking at me now. I think I'll back out.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Your head ages faster than your feet. I know that sounds unhinged, but stay with me because this is happening to you right now. Time moves faster the higher up from the ground you are, as gravity literally slows time down. Now, this isn't up for debate. This is not a hypothesis. Scientists have literally tested it. Back in 1971, there were two physicists, Hafele and Keating, and they bought plane tickets. Plane tickets for them, but also for their atomic clocks. They literally bought separate seats for their atomic clocks. And now they had atomic clocks on the ground too, to serve as a basis. So then they went up in those planes and they flew around the world. And when they landed, they found that the clocks that were in the plane were faster. They were ahead. And I know it sounds like this doesn't affect you, but it's actually secretly running your entire life. Because of GPS. GPS is powered by satellites. And where are satellites? They're in space. And time moves faster for them by 38 microseconds. 1 microsecond is a 300-meter difference in distance down here. So if no super smart science people fixed that, your maps would be off by 7 miles every day. And it would just get worse and worse until you drive into a lake. Michael Scott style.
There have been 3 major accidents in the past week. And it's almost starting to seem like this shit's just not a coincidence. You know, first we had the chemical tank leak in Garden Grove, California. And then not too far from there in East Los Angeles, they ruptured an oil pipeline and over 2,000 gallons of crude oil leaked into the Los Angeles River. Now we have another chemical tank explosion, this time in Washington. An 80,000 gallon tank at a paper processing facility imploded. It killed several employees. It injured dozens of people, including first responders. And right now there's recovery efforts because there's people missing. So what do you think? You think that these accidents are just a coincidence? Or could we possibly be under some sort of attack? I don't know, but usually where there's smoke, there's fire.
How will the universe die? There are 3 big theories, and this one just got some brand new evidence. So we know that the universe isn't just expanding, it's expanding faster and faster. We can see galaxies moving away from us, and the farther they get, the faster they go. If that keeps going, the universe could expand so fast that gravity can't hold anything together anymore, and everything starts getting ripped apart. That's the first possible end, also called the Big Rip. But some scientists think it won't keep going. At some maximum size, gravity will start smushing everything back together again, crunching it down like the Big Bang but in reverse. That's the Big Crunch. But this third theory says that everything will keep expanding but stop accelerating, meaning that everything in the universe will spread out, thinning and cooling until it can no longer sustain life or light. That's called the Big Freeze. Don't worry, all of these are at least this many years away. And all of these theories depend on just one unknown number, the energy in empty space. So right now, scientists are studying this brand new data set to learn more. To see it, follow along.
Bible is the torus field. Bi means 2, and bol is one of these. And there are 2 bols which create this 3-dimensional world. The toroidal field is a multi-dimensional energy pattern. It is a universal blueprint in which all energy and matter manifests. It's a donut-shaped configuration in which all the energy is in a continuous loop. This is not an atom. This is the real atom, an electromagnetic field. Universe is one field of energy, and your brain is decoding this energy into a reality that you can interact with. Whatever your mind and emotions project into the energy is what you create in your reality. The central axis is called a hyperboloid. This is where energy comes in and then out. This is the inhale and exhale of the universe, breathing day and night, life and death. That's why your nose is a hyperboloid. Yahweh is the inhale Yah and exhale is way, Yahweh. You can hear this if you breathe with your nostrils. Physical is phi cycle. Phi is a torus field. We live in a cycle of a torus field. And you have an anatomy because you are a giant atom.
But when these people do human sacrifices, they need you in such a state where you're fully mentally cognitive, but you're disabled physically. Because they get their demonic power that they believe in. And it's real. I mean, if you don't believe in God or the devil, that's everybody to each their own. But there are spiritual forces in this world that are very real. But they need you to be in a lot of pain during their torture. So they need to disable you physically so you can't fight back, but they want you mentally very as aware as possible because that's where they get their power.
I don't think I'll ever understand why anybody would want to join a satanic cult, a Santeria, anything other than just believing in God and having faith. Because whenever you look at the outcome of these people that just want to join these cults, it just seems like a lose-lose to me, or am I missing something?
People on Twitter are freaking out after seeing this post of the Israel Prime Minister taking tape and putting it over the camera lenses on each of his phones. And in the comment section of that post, you can see Mark Zuckerberg is doing the same thing with his MacBook here, covering up the cameras and microphones on his laptop. And since there were so many people on Twitter that wanted to know why exactly they were doing this, I did a little bit of research, and here's what's actually going on. So for government officials, CEOs, or billionaires, just high net worth individuals, their security teams take tamper-proof tape, that's this red tape you see here, and they stick it physically over all the camera lenses and microphones when they're not in use. And essentially what this does is it stops people from hacking into their cell phones and being able to use the cameras and microphones to spy on meetings where they're potentially divulging sensitive information. Now, this kind of does affect all of us because if you have a device that has a camera, a microphone, and an internet connection, like, I don't know, the cell phone in your hand right now, you can be hacked and you can be spied on. So if you're not using your cameras or microphones, it might not be a bad idea for us to learn from this and put a little piece of tape over it and protect ourselves.
Want to see something crazy? Holy shit. God.
Watching this. That's the news from the tornado. Y'all watch when I put play. You see up in the cloud. Watch them people walk out the car.
We then had to pull over because that's when emergency crews were headed towards when we saw an ambulance, we saw a fire truck headed that way. And so we are almost there, but we're not even anywhere yet. And this is the damage we're seeing. We saw a few people kind of outside.
Now, there was legit humanoid looking things walking out of the clouds. There's no way the AI faked that, man. That's pretty wild.
Hey y'all, Myra here. So take a look at this footage. This is coming out of Moorhead, Kentucky, off of a couple's security cam. They captured what looks to be some sort of unidentified creature. There have been theories abounded regarding it, from aliens to wendigos to ghosts. I don't know what this could be. It's definitely humanoid, and it seems to be naked, but I don't know exactly what this creature could be. Could it be that the veil is truly thinning and we are starting to see interdimensional beings or things that have been there the whole time that we've just never caught on camera and now we are? Tell me what you think. Like, post, comment, repost, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. And it looks around.
This video confirms more than you may think. It's going viral on Twitter. It's water gushing out of a tree these guys have started to cut down. However, we have a lot to unpack here. I promise you, if you stick through this video, you'll be freaking shocked at the end of it. So the obvious thing is, okay, we shouldn't be cutting down this tree. Duh, how big is it? How old is it? Is it 1,000 years? Is it 500 years? It's not 6,000 years. It's not older than 6,000, rather, I should say. We should talk about the age of the earth in another video. The next thing, though, is I've seen them cut down massive oaks and other trees in North America and water gush out of the stump. And the comments was like, well, maybe there's just like a spring there, or maybe the tree like wrapped up around a water line that was like leaking and now it's gushing out. This is a lot more serious. This is so incredibly shocking. For one, I hope these guys left the tree alone, patched it up, put some clay in there. Hopefully the tree heals itself. Like, look how massive this freaking tree is. But do you remember seeing tabletop mountains in Peru, South America, all over the place, tabletop mountains that have a waterfall constantly flowing. And I'm not talking about an ice-capped mountain. Ice-capped mountains with waterfalls, we know it's snowmelt, yes. But check this out. So have a look at this. We have a tree stump, and we have perhaps an ancient gigantic tree stump as described in many different ancient texts. Notice the waterfalls pouring off of this tree stump. We're talking about a flat plateau. There's no lake up there. Is it that the roots of this tree, when it was anciently still alive and connected, I mean, the ancients believe that even rocks are alive, so that would make sense if rocks are remnants of ancient trees anyway. But I'm talking the roots of this silicon-based tree tapped into the water supply. When it got cut, this is what's said in the Bible, the angels came and cut the trees down so the Nephilim couldn't climb the trees and survive the flood because they were cannibalistic and everything. Cut the tree, and the waterfalls are still flowing out of it.
So the veil is completely thin. People keep saying it's thinning. No, the veil is thin. Have y'all been seeing what's been going on in the skies just this year? Just the weirdest things that no one has ever seen before happening in the skies on a nightly basis across the world. Not just in the US, but I mean literally everywhere. There has been weird things happening in the sky. Now, a lot of people are saying that it's the galactic war going on in the sky. It's the war in heaven going on in the sky. Whatever it is, we can all attest to everyone being able to see these weird things. Thus is how we know that the veil is thinning and the time is drawing near. Remember, the Bible says that there will be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars. And then it follows up and it says, on the earth there will be distress of nations. What are we seeing literally in the skies, the moon and the stars and the heavens? We are seeing weird things like orbs and lights and different sounds. Y'all heard the sounds in the sky in different places. We are starting to see a lot of different biblical things happen in the sky. These are incredible signs and wonders. We are all perplexed. The fact that I see people seeing UFOs, like that up there is apparently a UFO, quote unquote. The orbs. I thought this was insane because these little things were moving upward.
We're waking up. The veil is thinning. Does this make sense to you? Because I get so many calls and emails, people think they're going crazy. You're not going crazy. Of course, they go to the doctor thinks they are, you know, puts them on a pill or something.
I found out that the government has retrieved between 10 and 15 actual flying saucers, 3 of which have been in perfect condition, 1 of which they tried to fly. They have between 30 and 50 alien bodies in cryogenic storage. We even have the name of the person whose job it is to show these bodies to the heads of state and the people who are authorized to see them. They represent at least 5 different civilizations.
Russia warned the US and EU to immediately leave Kyiv after Putin approved this final all-out plan to wipe the 1,000-year-old city off the map. The war in Ukraine has been quietly accelerating in recent months, while the world has been distracted with Iran, as after the numerous peace summits held by the EU and US, along with personal one-on-one meetings between Trump and Putin, no realistic peace deal is in sight, and Russia still seems determined to take the entirety of Ukraine. This culminated in one of the largest strikes on Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, since the start of the war, with Russian forces launching over 600 drones and 90 missiles striking every single district in the city. However, Putin says the worst is yet to come, as Russian diplomats warned their US counterparts to leave Kyiv before Moscow launches an all-out assault that will involve the use of their Orshnik hypersonic missile, which is nearly impossible to intercept and has the destructive power equivalent to that of a nuclear strike.
Fun fact of the day. In 2006, an Australian man tried to sell New Zealand on eBay. The starting price was 1 cent, and 22 bids raised that to $3,000 before eBay removed the listing.
Hey, you can't blame him for shooting his shot, even though he wasn't going nowhere with it, though.
So apparently in the last 3 months, 21 dead gray whales have washed up on Pacific shores. You know, that's insane. 21 whale carcasses have washed up on beaches. And these whales have exhibited strange behavior before they died, like apparent navigation problems. You know, and scientists are saying this could be anything from a change in water temperature, their actual food sources being changed. You know, but we really don't know what happens in the ocean or what's even in the ocean. And that freaks me out more than anything, that we don't really know what's in the ocean. the fact that we know more about space than we actually know about the ocean, which is on our surface. There's been sounds in the ocean that they said may have been giant creatures, but then they tried to say it was just glacier ice quakes. I always think back to 2003 when a 9-foot great whale shark was tagged, and its tracking tag recorded a sudden rapid descent to 1,900 feet followed by a massive temperature spike, which some believe is because he was in the belly of something. Something so big that it ate a 9-foot great white shark and then just dove into the ocean. And then that tag washed up on shore later, most likely because some bigger animal crapped it out. And this is not the only phenomenon when it comes to a tagged animal disappearing or diving into depths that their species does not go down to. But we don't really know what mermaids or kaiju are even down there.
Man, nyorotan. Mak mo ni buloy. Kila jaga ka diri dua ka. Cek iya ya benut calot apaan sebereng ria. Ari lepu kana. Cek setting malon. Lah.
Oh hell, so apparently people start filming their fast food workers because they're acting like AI robots. Have they already started to take over? Look at this. Oh, strange behavior for sure. Let me know in the comments what you think. That's weird. Why would you even do that?
Three entities they speak about: the dog man, the Sasquatch, and the dark shadow beings. And a very interesting fact is there's a guy named David Paulides who has a program called Missing 411, and he studies mysterious disappearances. In a list of these disappearances, there's about 40 people who fit the exact same build: white, German descent, either brilliant when it comes to academia or on the spectrum. How is it that multiple PhD level physically fit scientists, doctors disappear in the wilderness, all fit in the same age group, all with the same German lineage? How are these people just disappearing without a trace? It's almost as if somebody is farming. And I feel like that's what's uncomfortable, that people don't want to talk about. And it's almost like we the worker bees. If 10,000 of us die here, it doesn't matter because we're going to reproduce more. The truth is indeed stranger than fiction. They put a lot of things in movies because they want to down.
Shakira really morphed into a demon on stage. That wasn't just some musical performance, that was a whole ritual. And you could see it in the way that she moved and slithered across that stage. The evil eyes she gave, something was completely lurking in the dark. Something was completely manifesting on that stage. Oftentimes, if not all, these celebrities allow these entities to take over their bodies as alter egos, really a demonic spirit to take over and use them in a way that gives them more stage presence.
Historical facts that will distort your perception of time. The Victorian era and the Cowboy era were happening at the exact same time. Machu Picchu and the Sistine Chapel were built only 33 years apart. Abraham Lincoln was alive during the Samurai era in Japan. Woolly mammoths were still roaming the earth while the Great Pyramids of Egypt were being built. Cleopatra lived closer to modern day than she did to the construction of the pyramids. The city of London is around 1,500 years older than Genghis Khan. The Ottoman Empire still existed when Walt Disney released his very first cartoons. The Eastern Roman Empire fell just 39 years before Columbus reached the Americas. Saturn's rings didn't even exist yet when the Stegosaurus walked the earth. Some Greenland sharks alive today were already swimming in the ocean when Henry VIII became king. The T-Rex lived closer in times to humans than it did to the Stegosaurus.
This is why you should never enter a random cave hole without checking first. A cave in Costa Rica is one of nature's death traps. When a man waved a lit torch in the upper part of the cave, nothing unusual happened, but as soon as the torch was moved closer to the ground, it instantly went out. This occurs primarily because the concentration of carbon dioxide is too high at the bottom of the cave. So, if you encounter such a cave, it's crucial not to venture in recklessly, as it could be extremely dangerous.
There are creatures from other planets that would take the form of human beings. They will walk like humans. They will talk like humans. They will act like humans, but they are not humans. The U.S. government just came out with a bunch of files that there is life on other planets. The Bible already talks about that. God did not create just us. There is a pre-Adamic race that lived before humans were created, visible and invisible.
30 million drones a year. I heard, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, when you have a kind of a authoritarian communist party that can go in and tell a factory, hey, you're not building laptops, you're building drones, and do that to several places in Chongqing and Chengdu. I just have never heard that stat before. That's alarming. It is alarming. And they're right north of Iran, right? I mean, they could be helping outfit those guys. I mean, read about in the news as well, Russia, giving them targeting information and such. Yeah. And so it's an asymmetrical fight, and we are less equipped than others to start engaging.
Take this chip if you're from the government. No. Nah,
that's exactly what a government pigeon would do. I saw that, bro. You almost slipped up. We got him, fam.
Hey, to be quite honest, that pigeon was acting pretty weird. He was way too close not to take the chip.
If you've criticized AI or data centers, you might now be considered a domestic terrorist. The feds just quietly added anti-tech extremism to their list of targets. Here's everything you need to know. In case you missed it, Trump formally added a bunch of new categories to the Counter-Terrorism Directive, also known as NSPM-7. And it's no longer just targeting foreign threats, but actually Americans right here at home. As of now, domestic terrorism now includes anti-fascism, anarchists, any left-wing extremists, anyone with radical pro-transgender ideologies. If your views are anti-American, anti-Christian, or anti-capitalism, you are now a top counterterrorism priority. The interesting thing here is that anti-American is strategically vague. It can be anything they want it to be. And now Wired has obtained 1,000 pages of intelligence reports from DHS and the FBI. In those reports, they're now tracking AI critics, neighborhood organizers, and even a nonprofit. If you've protested AI or data centers, you may already be on that list.
Hey guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out.
I just learned that your pupils are the last part of your body to go after you pass away. Yeah, they dilate.
What did you say? Daddy, what did External technology has a ceiling, screens, wearables, headsets. Those are barriers between the user and the potential the body already carries. The body is the platform. Everything else is a prototype.
You're describing the human body as a platform?
I am describing it accurately.
A video showcasing China's first embodied AI humanoid robot for high-risk industrial work is gaining attention online. Designed to replace humans in dangerous environments, the 90-kilogram robot can perform welding, inspection, rust removal, grinding, and surface treatment tasks. It uses a magnetic wheeled chassis to climb and operate on vertical metal surfaces, while its humanoid upper body, with 15 degrees of freedom and dual robotic arms, allows it to handle multiple jobs at once. Powered by a continuous cable system and trained on over 100,000 hours of operational data, the AI-driven robot can adapt to complex industrial environments and work for extended periods without battery-related downtime.
So let's get right to it. Let's take a look at those vents on their tables. Pay close attention. You able to spot the differences? Let's go back real quick. Here are the vents in front of Netanyahu versus the other vents across the rest of the tables. It's a completely different vent, and the wood panel color is completely different. Here's another angle that makes it even more obvious. This whole area actually makes no sense, considering there's an unnatural crack in the middle of the Netanyahu vent panels, as if they're cabinets, when that's not what they are. And then here's a regular phone versus whatever the hell this is in front of Netanyahu. And then there's the fact that no one is even looking at or acknowledging Netanyahu while he's speaking. And the fact that Netanyahu's face is abnormally brighter than the rest of the people in that dark-ass room they're in. And then there's the chairs, where everyone's leather chair has a distinct curve at the top, but not Netanyahu. His leather chair is straight at the top. But who knows, maybe he gets a special chair. And lastly, Let's zoom in on that hand to see if he can magically make his ring disappear again. Well, there you have it. No ring right here. And then just a few seconds later, poof, there's the ring again. Anyways.
This one kind of blew my mind. It's pretty easy to see in this picture that there's a person walking through the snow in the woods. But the question is, do you see the dog in this picture? When I first saw the question, I thought it had to be hidden somewhere in the background. But then I realized the image in the middle that looks like a person is actually a dog. Instead of a person walking away from you, imagine a dog running toward you.
It's been over a week since this man, retired Vice Admiral Robert Harward, went on Fox News. And people aren't just suspicious of the shadows on his neck. It's now a fact in circles on the left and right that this is someone in a mask.
The whole scene out of the original Mission Impossible, that's real.
Whatever was happening at the bottom of the neck there was flopping and moving.
In this video, I'm gonna ruin the fun, as people sometimes comment, but it's also going to be fun learning about conspiracy thinking and lighting. So if you like it and you learn something, make sure to subscribe. Okay, let's start with the conspiracy. This definitely looks like the bottom of a mask, but after that, the theories start to get really weird. It's a CIA mask. His eyes look like they're coming from behind a mask. And you're an idiot if you think otherwise. Time out, let's take a step back. Why would this guy, who has appeared on Fox News looking completely normal before and after this appearance, suddenly be an impersonator wearing a mask? Former Fox News host Megyn Kelly said that it is him, but he is wearing a mask of himself.
And his voice sounds just like the voice of the actual Robert Harward, so I don't believe it was a different person.
I don't have to tell you that wearing a mask of yourself is an insane thing to do. In all seriousness, it doesn't make sense. Hey, this is what Fox News does. Yeah, they're an entertainment company, not news. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, fair. Fox News is not reliable. It's well reported. But why this guy, who has appeared on Fox News many times before with a completely normal neck, to push an agenda? He is an ex-military guy that generally supports anything Trump says or thinks. Exactly. But there are hundreds, maybe thousands of ex-military guys that are happy to go on Fox News and do the exact same thing. So just like last week when I wore this cursed donkey mask, we don't actually have a good answer to why did he wear a mask. That leads us to the only logical conclusion. It's not a mask, it's poor lighting. Liar! Harward did this cable news hit via a third-party company in a van. A Fox News spokesperson confirmed that it was the lighting in the van. So now, a practical demonstration. In creating this unintended effect, the van likely had a light at a 45-degree angle above its subject. By itself, that light creates a lot of shadows underneath the chin, so to counteract that, they probably got a fill light. Also at a 45-degree angle, but from below. And so now we end up with this shadow around my collarbone that's starting to look a lot like a mask. Coming out of a van, the footage likely had some compression issues. Looks a lot like I'm wearing a mask. He's one of them. I've lost the ability to reason logically.
Well, you're right about one thing.
Ah! It's the alien bug from Men in Black!
Really what's happening is that we have been, and we still are, and for the next 10 years we will be, rewiring the global economy to lay the networks that we laid before, which were highways, utilities, railways, and now we're laying cloud, artificial intelligence factories, and data centers. And on the fundamental basis, that's what's happening. So there will be $10 trillion from power, AI, factories, data centers, and fiber build-out laid to basically rewire the world for the new economy that's coming.
Now, he couldn't have made that any more clear, but he did not speak about all the jobs that are going to be misplaced.
A Brazilian couple caught on video the creation of a crop circle and then videos of weird little creatures inside of the crop circles. So welcome to Yester Strange, the daily series where I show you the strangest news from yesterday. So let's go ahead and watch this video. You see the vortex moving. Wait till they're about to zoom in. You can kind of see the little creatures in the circle. It's about to zoom in. What do you think those are? What are those? The crazy / scary thing about it is the video that we saw at the beginning, the clip at the beginning, that is becoming a common thing. People are now able to go there and record in person these crop circles being created. It's mind-blowing. And these little weird men inside of it. If you enjoyed this and enjoy other conspiracy theory content, Please give me a like, give me a follow. You won't regret it. Gather your rosebuds while you may, and have a blessed rest of your day. Peace.
Now, I was actually sent the original clips of those crop circles being made, and it is pretty wild. Let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Eu tô muito intrigado com esse negócio. Porque ele tá se movendo. Ele tá indo literalmente em direção do círculo ali, ó. Amor, olha que o negócio começou lá atrás.
Você tá dando pra filmar isso aí?
Tá dando pra filmar. Ô, eu tô sentindo um negócio muito louco na barriga, puxando a barriga assim, ó.
Aqui não dá pra ver.
Olha, vida, é muito louco. Não tem nada no céu. Gente, olha, não tem nada. Nada no céu. Nada no céu. E o negócio tá mexendo lá, ó. E tá mexendo só ali. E ele começou lá no canto, agora ele chegou bem perto do círculo. Não é possível que tá mexendo só ali, amor. Andando. Tá andando, Henrique.
Tá bom.
Na boa, pra mim isso daí é a maior prova de vida extraterrestre que tem. Olha lá, ele chegou bem pertinho, ó. Ele tá mexendo lá dentro agora. Vocês conseguem ver? Olha, dá pra ver certinho, gente. Eu tô passada. Tipo, eles estão aqui ainda. Olha, olha. É só ali, gente. Continua, ó. Ó, o crop circle tá aqui e o vórtice de energia tá indo pro outro lado. Tô ficando com bastante tontura.
Well, you guys, hey, that's another one in the books, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys for always stopping by, watching, and learning with me. If you haven't already, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me, hit that hype button, and smash that subscribe button if you're not already a part of the iTrack fam, man, and I will definitely catch you on the next one.